Hello, my name is P2 Kuru from RIGT Network, and today we're going to be starting a three-part series called the Tutorial Series, where we just go over the basics for new players. We're going to be going over three different topics. First one, which is this episode, will be basic rules, then club selection slash aim, and then core strategy and advanced topics. So let's go ahead and get started. So at the beginning of every round, you're going to be given a ball by the official, and the first thing you're going to want to do here is click on it. So you can see how there's two different pointers. Once I click on it, now there's not. So that signals that you have claimed the ball, which gives you the ability to, if you type find ball, you can now find it if you lose it on the map. So next step here, you're going to pull out your golf glove, which is basically how you're going to get your ball around whenever you are trying to place it on a tee, and just walk into it. And as you can see now, I have control of it. And if I deselect, nope. So, placing your ball on the tee. The first general rule of placing your ball on the tee is you cannot tee it up in front of the tee markers. So, this area right here would be in front, and that's not allowed. That will be a penalty, so you have to tee it up in between. Now, another thing is, if you try and place it like this, sometimes the ball will glitch like that. So the recommended way to teeing it up is come to the side here, and then that way if it glitches, it's still legal. So now let's just start our hole. Let's just go ahead and hit a driver out there somewhere, and I'll see you there. Okay, so now that we're at the ball, this hole we're going to be going over different types of lies and bunker lips. So this is the fairway here, this bright green strip of grass. This is where you want to be, because the ball will go further on here, it'll roll out further, and it'll bounce further. So if you want to hit further tee shots, get closer to the hole, give yourself an advantage, you're going to want to hit it in the fairway off the tee. This darker grass is the rough. This grass is rougher, and it will roll out less and it will bounce less. Same for the bunker here. It's going to roll out less and bounce less because they're both considered like trouble in a way or two. So whenever you're hitting off the tee, just try and aim for the fairway here. Okay, to demonstrate being lipped in a bunker, I'm just going to hit a good old approach shot. Let's just say I missed my line a little. So now, as you can see here, I am stuck on this. So if I try to hit a normal shot, this is what it does. It will just not go anywhere. So this is what we call being lipped, and it's where your ball is just stuck to a barrier inside of a bunker. It used to be where you were allowed to get relief off of this, but now you must play it as it lies, so you do not get to move your ball if you get lipped. So there's a bunch of different ways you can play this. Option one is you just take a short putter slash medium or long, whatever fits it best, and just put it out there. So option two here is you can take a wedge and just angle it, because as I showed you earlier, if you hit it straight on, it's just going to go straight backwards, and we don't really want that. So if you hit it at an angle, the ball will actually go out further, so you'll have more space to operate, and it'll give you more distance between you and the pin. We'll go over more advanced ways to get out of bunkers at a later date on the third episode, but that's just how to get out of a greenside bunker if you're lipped. And there we go, that's our par. So I'll see you on the next hole. We're going to be covering water. Alright, welcome to the 11th hole here at Forest Dunes, where, as you can see, a lot of water. So water is a hazard. That's pretty self-explanatory. We don't want to be in there because it's bad, and it'll make you lose shots. So let's just say we underhit our tee shot here, and oops, it's in the water. So now we have to trace an imaginary line of where the ball entered, and we basically just drop wherever we want on that line from our ball to our target. So we could drop right here if we wanted to. We could hit the same shot we just hit if we wanted to, but this is the most, profitable drop because you're closest to the hole, gives you a higher chance of making it. So let's just say I hit, 8 iron approach, miss it a little left here. This is just for the rules sake. And right here. So this is, oh, great example here. You are not allowed to move your ball if your ball is like unhittable from a position like this. You could hit it from right here, but just for this sake, I'm going to do it like this. If your ball is ever above you, like this, you're allowed to jump up like that and hit it if needed, but I could have hit a dead shot right at the pin without doing that, but I just wanted to use that as an example of another rule saying you're not allowed to move it if the ball is above you. You just have to jump and hit it. So that will cover that. And next hole we're going to be going over the relativity of pars and out of bounds. Alright, welcome to hole 12 here at Forest Dunes, a par 3. So as I said, the relativity of pars is what I'm going to be covering first here. And every single hole here at any course you're going to find is going to have a sign that says what par it is. It may come in different forms, like a wooden sign. This is the only type of visual sign besides redwood I think there is, but as you can see, it displays what par it is. So that is basically the course telling you what you're expected to make on that hole. But the actual expected score can change from hole to hole because of how difficult it is. And you might ask, what makes a hole more difficult? And number one, the most basic answer is more distance, because the further you are from the hole, the more likely it is that you'll miss it or not make it. So it's harder to get it closer. The second thing would be hazards. This would be out of bounds, like over there. I'll get to that when I get up there. Out of bounds, like the tree line. It could be water. It could be bunkers positioning. And it could be pin locations, because, you know, if I put the pin in the back left here, it's going to be 200, 300 studs longer, making this hole significantly harder. So, let's just get along with here. And let's just hit our driver a little wayward here. So, let's just say we want to hit our shot into here, and we take a little too much club and it goes out of bounds. So if we hit our ball out of bounds on that line, we have to drop where it came in from, just like water. It out of bounds behaves the exact same as water. You drop it in on the line it came in, and you'll be hitting a shot +1 from there, because you hit your first here, second one out of bounds, so your third shot will be used as a drop. So this will be for a 4, and because this is a par 3, a 4 is a bogey. And there we go, that's our bogey. So next hole that I cover will be, I will be covering trees and how to maneuver them with the rules. Hello, welcome to hole 15 here at Forest Dunes, a par 4, as you can see by the sign. And I'm going to be covering trees. So trees are a big factor in difficulty for a course because some trees are collidable, like this. So as you can see, the ball is affected by the tree. So if I hit it into it, it'll block it. So trees are basically a barrier on this course, but other courses will have these more taller and skinnier trees. Those are non-collidable except for the trunks, so you're allowed to hit through the leaves of them, but these ones you can't. So let's just say I hit a good all 3 wood down here, and I just end up under the tree. So what do you do whenever you're under a tree? So in this particular scenario right here, I can go in this crack right here. You can see my character kind of fits in there, and I can just take a club and see if I can get a club on it and hit it out. So for that one, it was relatively simple, but if you have a deeper lie within the tree, you might not be able to do that, like this. So if you have a deeper lie within the tree and you can't just stand on the outside and hit it out, you're allowed to use your fly tool and go under the tree. So what do you do from here? You just have to putt it out. So you can see the pin right there, so I know which direction I'm going. That's another good tip. If you don't know where the pin is and you're under a tree, just try maneuvering your camera, because you're not allowed to move the ball at all. So you can just see where you're going and putt it out. So trees are a pretty big penalization here, because you just have to putt out of them. You can't really move it because there's no relief from trees anymore, because we just try to make things difficult here. So just stay away from the trees if you're trying to play a normal golf hole, and that should make it simpler for you. So let's go over getting lipped again, because pretty good chance here to get lipped. Yeah. Alright, so right here I am lipped. So, as I mentioned earlier, I can put it back out, I can hit a wedge. I'm just going to try and just kind of angle a wedge a little. Yeah, can't really do much more. I could have angled it a little more to get further away, get myself a better distance, but sometimes it's really all you can do. So it is very advisable to work away from bunkers. And that would be a double bogey because my first shot under the tree had to pitch out. Two, so one underneath the tree, two had to pitch out, three into the bunker, four back there again, five out, and six in the hole. So that would be a double. So over the next three holes, I'm just going to try and go over as much rules as I can with y'all, and starting with the 16th here. So welcome to the 16th hole. This is a par 5, very tough par 5, known for being very, very hard. So as you can see here, there's a lot of water short. So I'm just going to hit my tee shot here, and ooh, I made it over. So if you were to hit your ball in the water here, you would have to drop back here because the last point it entered over solid ground was right here. So that's where you would drop if you did hit in the water. So if I didn't mention it earlier, these white stakes you see right here, those signalize out of bounds. So if your ball ends up in here at any point, you're going to treat it the same as water, take stroke penalty, drop it where it entered, and yeah, that's that. So let's just advance our ball up here, and oh no, I'm in the bunker. So let's say I hit a driver, and it goes back. I was hoping for it to go to out of bounds, but it works. Into another bunker here, and I'm pretty much lipped. So we can't move it according to the new rules, so just have to pitch out. And now we have a pretty long shot for gap, or for a, oh wow. See, that was a great shot, hoping to get in the tree there, but maybe I'm too good for my own good. But here's another great point I do want to go over. If you hit your ball while it's already rolling, that's a two-shot penalty. So like that, I hit it while it was rolling. It's two shots plus whatever it takes to get you in the hole. So, you know, right here, I could hit mid putter. Oh no, it's going short. I'm just going to tap it again. That would be four shots total because you hit two shots, but you have the initial two-shot penalty as well. So don't hit your ball while it's rolling. Good advice. Welcome to the 17th hole here, a par 3, and a pretty interesting one at that because of all the hazards. As you can see here, we have water, out of bounds, bunkers, trees. We kind of have it all on this hole, so I'm just going to give you guys a nice little tip here. Stay away from the hazards. It makes the officials' life simpler, it makes my life simpler, makes your life simpler, helps everyone. Another quick course management tip before we even get into it. Avoiding hazards is best for you, your score, your time, everything. So just try to stay away from it because hazards are called hazards for a reason. They're not good. So middle of the green here, out of bounds here if I were to drop, water there, you get the point. It's pretty simple to understand. And that one, oh no, didn't really take my time there, but that would be a par. So let's go on to the 18th. Alright, so we're on the 18th hole here. Let's just make sure we're teeing it up in between the markers, no in front of it, to avoid that one shot penalty. And let's just hit our driver. Let's see if we can encounter any rules decisions here. Let's just say we hit our approach shot a little long here. So as you can see, if the ball were to end up like right here, we're kind of interfering, or the stands are interfering with us. So this is a very rare occurrence, but if any man-made object like stands is interfering with you, or a TV tower, you are allowed to drop. So, not a lot though, only like one body length or something like that. You get the point. Not a lot, but you are allowed relief to the point where you can take a normal shot without your sight line being obstructed. So, just put it there, and that would be a par. So, thank you for watching. If you want to see more content like this for RIGT, I recommend you subscribe. And if I missed anything you'd like to know about the rules as a beginner, just leave a comment, let me know, or shoot me a DM from our social server, which is found in our bio. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see y'all soon, and peace out.